Alright guys, it's escaton judgment. Everyone get your farcasters out.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good dawn, fellow hunters. This is your boy Cyphrix. Wish you an epic Alatreon escaton judgment free day. I hope you guys are out there having fun and surviving as best you can. But for those of you like me who are just kind of scratching your head, you don't really know what you're doing with this ultimate Nova attack from hell, I have kind of just compiled some information that I put together from my friends, from a few other streams I've seen, and people who I've seen completely cave this thing's face in. So let's just go ahead and dive right into that. First and foremost, this is not the Alatreon we've fought in past iterations of Monster Hunter lore. Definitely not the 3, definitely not GU. This guy, first and foremost, he bans farcasters. That's a big one. He has multiple different elemental combinations that we haven't seen before and multiple moves that we haven't seen before. So any information that you are going into this fight with, throw it out the window. It doesn't apply. Thanks to Iceborne's bloated HP values, he has absolutely dummy HP, 52k HP solo, around 80k HP for a duo, and 110 to like 117k plus for 3 to 4 man parties. So good luck. We already know that elemental damage mitigates his Nova to be survivable, but how does this work? Basically, it's like a DPS check. The more damage you do before every Nova is going to tell you whether or not you survived. You know, that you won't know until you actually let the Nova hit you. Don't try hitting him while he's doing the Nova, you're wasting time. Just go ahead and do as much elemental damage as you possibly can to maybe like his head, his arms, and sometimes his stomach. Like those tend to be the really soft hit zones I've seen that take a lot of damage from these elemental properties. Something to note is that his starting element changes day to day. Day 1 was ice, day 2 may be thunder or fire, you never know. So on your first fight of the day, just be sure to observe what he's actually doing so that you bring in the proper weapon with the proper element. Again, speaking on day 1, water, ice, and dragon weapons seem to be doing the best job of taking care of Alatreon and doing the most damage between every Nova. This is technically augmented with, you know, things like critical element. This is why QR weapons are really awesome. True crit element, or even Safi Jiva divinity, or a combination of the two. Weapons I've seen do particularly well as far as elemental damage include swag axe, ground glaive, dual blades, charge blade, bow, elemental light and heavy bowgun, long sword, and sword and shield. The light and heavy bowguns do particularly well, especially light bowgun, because you don't actually have to take this guy to the face. You can avoid a lot of his attacks with good old-fashioned dodging or evasive reload. For those who already have the weapon, this is another fight that the Safi Aqua Shot shines really well in. To my Gunlance and my Charge Blade brothers out there, please do not bring any impact files into this fight. No blast weapons, poison is worthless. Just bring elemental damage and bring it in as much as you can. Like, I want to see people rocking 800 to 900, you know, elemental damage on some of their weapons, because that's what's needed. You really need to hammer this guy before every Nova to mitigate it. Now let's focus on how you survive these Novas. One thing I've seen that works really well is the health tool plus a mega potion, a max potion, or an Astera jerky, and you just spam these as hard as you can while the Nova's going off. If you have friends that also have a health tool, they do stack. So putting multiple health tools together and spamming your mega potion, your max potion, your Astera jerky will help you survive the Nova pretty well, as long as you guys coordinate what you guys are doing. Some skills that can help out with this are wide range. Even level 1 wide range helps particularly with Astera jerky because it gets that whole effect out there. The Astera jerky doesn't get affected by the percentage of the item that's, you know, passed to your friends. It's all or nothing with the Astera jerky, and what it does is it just simply replaces the red part of your health bar with green, plain and simple. So all of that burn damage that occurs from the Nova is immediately replaced for you and your friends around you. And if you guys are all popping these next to each other, there's a good chance you're going to make it through. Other skills I highly recommend that you bring along for this fight to help both yourself and your team are Health Boost 3, duh. Recovery up, because it's going to help the health boosters heal you. Speed Eating 3 is great for health item spam. And also, you know, again, wide range. Wide range 1 to like 3 is really useful. You don't have to max it out. Just bring 1 to 3 so that you can help your team help you, if that makes sense. Because if they die, they can't help you, right? Lastly, and this is just something that I commented on in my previous video, he does have a lot of borrowed attacks from previous Elder Dragons. Specifically, he has Volcana's Ice Blast and Ice moves. He has Namiel's water projectiles. He has Teostra and Luna's fire breath from both the ground and the sky. He also has Kieran's thunder bars, but he crisscrosses them kind of randomly, which I think is really interesting. And he has Kashala's claw swipe and dive bomb. Finally, break his antlers as soon as you possibly can. The reason this is so important is because his antlers denote what elements he can control. If you break his antlers once and then twice, you'll actually take away some of his power. Day 1, breaking his antlers would take away his ice form. This kept ice weapons effective instead of them being mitigated later on when he actually swapped to his ice form. Since his starting element changes day to day, this is something that can change, but the bottom line of this is you have to break his horns to make him easier. If you do not break his horns, you're gonna have a hard time. And that's all I know for now. As of now, I've only beaten him once. It was glorious, but sadly, that's not what I ended up recording. What I did record was me dying a bunch of times, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If I missed anything, if you have any other tips for fellow players, please let us know down in the comments below. And as always, love, peace, and elevate your hunts, guys. Lates.